My phone looks blurry. Let's see, does this help? A little bit. Hi, Molly.
Hi. It only let me do it on my phone?
Yes,
Okay.
that
Things
is
I didn't.
normal.
Okay. Well, so angle's gonna be weird until I figure out how to do it.
I guess I thought about that and I was going to text you or message you or whatever and say, hey, guess what? And then I forgot.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. I can see you fine.
Awesome. Okay. It's better.
Well, hi, everybody in the chat.
Hello.
Here, I'm going to go ahead and find our thing real quick. All right, we have this open. And we're going to go ahead and find Molly's YouTube, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the chat as well. If I could spell right.
That's okay. I have a video that I haven't put out yet that I'm pretty sure I butchered your channel name. And then I spent like 5 minutes trying to find it and like correct myself. And yeah, it was all good fun.
Almost everybody gets it wrong. So it's okay.
She's gonna get like, how am I supposed to do this?
No, you're so fine. Literally everybody, Cat's Crafty Corner, Cat's Crafty Crochet, Cat's Crafty, like it's never all 4 words. So like it's Cat's Crochet Corner sometimes. It's a whole thing. But to start off, hello everybody who's here. This is my friend Molly with Out of the Barn Crochet. She has a YouTube channel as well if you're not aware. So I'm going to post that comment in the chat and I'm going to pin it. But to start out today, Molly has 271 subscribers on YouTube. So we're going to see how much that will change. She has a lot of videos going back a whole year. She's got some shorts. She has a barn, so sometimes the shorts include her animals. I see horses' feet. So lots of fun. But all right, coming back to this. I love how it makes me watch ads on my own videos.
Really?
Yep. Okay, so I'm shedding. I feel the hair, but I can't see the hair. Subscribe. We're going to pin that comment. So there it is. It's pinned. I'm going to go ahead and also put that in the description box. As soon as I get there. All right. Whip Wednesday with Molly. What? Out of the Barn Crochet. Please subscribe to Molly's channel here. Save. Woohoo. Okay. All right, we got it. We're there. Let's see what's in the chat here. Lila, I see you're on the Dogs and Beads accounts today. It's funny because when you comment on my stuff, like my reels and stuff that I post, you're posting from your Lila account. So you clearly have access to 2 accounts right now. Was the question, or you said, "Guess what?" So what's up? Yes, hi, Felicia. Hi, Ruby. I messaged you earlier, and I don't know if you messaged me back. Like, I messaged you, you did message me back, and then I messaged you again, and I don't know if you messaged me back. But I just wanna know that you're okay. We miss you. Um, Hi, Felicia. Hi, Haley. Hi, Naughty Loops. Hi, Kathy. Okay. There's 10 of us in here. Woohoo!
Getting
There's 12 of
copyrighted.
us in here. Woohoo! Oh gosh, that's so cheesy. So I'm super annoyed right now. I literally woke up at 6 this morning, so my ear was itchy. So I reached
Oh,
up and, did the whole wiggly ear thing, clogged my ear, and now it won't unclog.
oh no.
And so I have very limited hearing out of this ear, and I'm annoyed. So
Yeah,
annoyed.
that would be annoying.
Ruby, that makes sense. Yeah, I just want to know that you're okay. So get in touch with me later. Let me know. Just checking in on you. But I'm happy to see you here. Oh gosh, my hair looks gross.
Mine's great. It's been a hot day, and although I didn't have to move hay today, the hay came today.
Well, that's good,
Yeah, so my horses get fed for another year
right? Came a little early.
through the winter. Actually, it came a little late today or this year, but that's because of all the rain. So
Well, no, I,
we've
I
been
figured that, but wasn't it not supposed to come until like this weekend?
no, he he says jump and we say okay.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
that makes sense.
it's whenever he gets to it.
Have fun.
Yeah, it's a little anxiety inducing, but then it's okay. And I hired somebody to help this year, so because I
Woo!
not doing that this year. Right.
How do I have an ant in this bag? My goodness. You're getting a Dotson bedspread? That's so cute, Lila. So
I'm gonna make dachshunds later.
the what?
I'm gonna make dachshunds later with like rainbow bodies, like my love cats, but dachshunds.
Oh
And so
my
if
god.
it's like the whole rainbow, it's gonna be like a long dachshund, and if it's a shorter pride flag, it's gonna be a shorter dachshund. I think it's
I
gonna
love
be
that. Hi, Maddie. Oh, I'm so glad you're able to join too, Naughty Loops. I know we also had some bad weather, a lot of flooding. Um, an hour north of me, there's literally like half a road that is washed away and is shut down. And then there's been trees down all over near me. And where I'm supposed to have my night market tomorrow night, there are cars that are literally flooded out and in the middle of intersections in the middle of the city because they tried to drive through it. One of which was a Jeep.
don't they have like
Right. Yep, that's exactly my thought. Is like, you are well above the water, dude. What happened? But whatever. Um, Other than that, this is what has become of one of my yarn balls.
oh no.
It's great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's hard.
It's like good-ish, you know. But
So I have hand spun yarn that I when the first time I ever bought somebody else's hand spun yarn or um even spun from the mill, but it comes in a hank instead of a skein.
Yeah.
And it looks like a pretzel. Here, I have some. This is what I made. I made this once a long time ago. So it looks like a pretzel. And then you can like unwrap it. And then it looks like a loop. Do not be fooled by pulling on the loop. The loop will turn into yarn barf. And then you will hate yourself. You have to either use Swift or you have to put it on a chair and literally unwrap it one by one. Or you get bad stuff. Bad yarn tangles that are just like I've thrown yarn away for that because it was so bad.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Too warm for this weather.
Right? Haley, I did see your message this time. I just forgot to respond. The last couple hours before hopping on, I've been scrambling trying to find somebody to watch the kids tomorrow night. Because I have a night market from 5 to 8. Chris works. And then I have to also find somebody to watch the kids Friday night and Saturday. So, should I do these things in advance? Yes, I should. Do I always scramble at the last minute? Yes, I do. So, got it figured out at least part way. So, grandma will watch the kids tomorrow evening and they will spend the night. Unless they are really just that terrible and awful that I have to go get them at like 11 o'clock at night. But hopefully their uncle will watch them Friday night and Saturday. I would have to take them like back and forth both days, but yeah. I know. Well, I keep thinking like I keep wishing that there were other people around me who like would watch the kids. And there's like nobody close enough or nobody who wants them both at the same time. And then the kids are in a really bad phase right now where they're just being little assholes straight up. Like their grandma told me today that when she had them last weekend, she was getting on Archer for doing something he wasn't allowed to. And Archer literally looked right at her and he gets this like dead look in his face. And he's like, "You don't even want to know what I can do to you." And she's like, "Excuse me?" It's like, "You don't know how bad I can hurt you." Like, this would have been something great to know last weekend, not now. Like, I pretty much put the fear of God into Archer. Like, I swear to God, if I ever hear you talking to somebody like that again, ever, you're gonna find out what I can do to you. Straight up. Like, no, we're not twins. Yeah. I mean, on one hand, it is like mama needs a break, but on the other hand, it's mama's trying to make money. And it sucks that there's not enough people doing childcare in the evenings or on the weekends. That's what it boils down to.
You live in the village. It's just too far apart to be super helpful.
I know. I think about that all the time. Like, you would be more than happy to take the boys if it didn't mean sending them 5 hours away. And they would be very helpful on your farm, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They would try to help you with hay. They'd be more than thrilled to feed the ducks and the bunnies and whatnot. But it's just I need to find I I have a local vendor group. Maybe I need to post it in there and like, hey, I know we're all vendors here, so we all work like evening during the week or weekend hours, but almost nobody does markets as frequently as I do. So, like, maybe I just need to put it in there and like, hey, I need to find somebody who's willing to watch the kids so that I can do markets. Maybe I'll get somebody, I don't know. Every time I would see my dad growing up, he would always sing, "What's the matter with the kids today? Oh, what's the matter with the kids today?" Ugh. And it's a different answer every day, isn't it? Honestly. Today, we woke up and come downstairs to hear that the boys were yet again in the snake tank. But both snakes were in the tank, so at least there's that. Um, as I'm walking down the stairs, the wall and the stairs are sticky. And I step on the floor and I feel it's still sticky. I'm like, why is everything sticky? Well, Rowan was spraying that water bottle everywhere. So which one? What was he spraying? It's a water bottle with hair conditioner in it. So everything is sticky with hair conditioner. I go out into the kitchen and there's freaking water all over the floor. The kitchen sink is running. Like, mm,
Ugh.
yeah. I'm definitely, I feel like, in a valley of parenthood. We're
Yeah.
in a valley of a season.
And not having like you having like two in a similar age group, right? Like that's I can't even like say that I know that exactly because Elena was 4 by the time Amethyst came around. So
I mean, Archer and Rowan are 3 years apart, 3.5.
actually they're kind of similar to, but still like yeah.
The biggest thing is that with Archer being ADHD, socially he's a lot younger, so he behaves a lot more like Rowan. So the two of them just do nothing but fight all day, every day. Uh, wouldn't that be so cool?
Yeah, like a community, like watch the kids kind of, yeah,
Right.
be awesome.
Yeah, a fun center or like a weekend daycare. Yeah, this mama needs a break. And it's gonna be really great because for the next 2 weeks, I might as well be a single mom. Um, love Chris to death, but he is a maintenance worker in a steel shop, and every year for, 1 or 2 weeks here in June, the furnaces get shut down for 2 weeks, and maintenance everybody else has basically off for 2 weeks, and maintenance has to be there every single day, 12-hour shifts, and they're 7 PM to 7 AM. So Chris is gonna do nothing but sleep and work for 2 weeks. I will barely see him.
So,
Yeah. What's up, Lila? I keep getting distracted. I'm going to share this into the places and I keep forgetting. Oh, promo. Hang out on live with me and Molly. You know, there was a while where I could not remember your business name to save my life, and your like username in Discord was not like I couldn't at Molly and find you. I had to at your business name. or double knot, right? So for a while, I thought that you were Molly Martinez because that's the other Molly in the Discord. I'm like, I don't, I mean, not to be not to be assuming, but she doesn't look like a Martinez to me. And I don't mean that in any kind of way. I mean, there's a lot of people and a lot of shades and whatnot, but I'm like, I don't know. In the sticks of Ohio, I mean, it doesn't seem to fit, but okay. Uh, your party's on Saturday? Your birthday party? That's right, guys. Let's get to 20 likes, please. If you're watching, you should like the live. That notification's me. Self promo. Okay. That's me again.
I'm really good at ignoring Discord. I'm always out of the loop because I completely ignore it.
I don't.
It was just never a part of the routine, so it's really hard to like add in.
Part of my routine. Hi, Des. Hi. Is it Eli or Ellie? That's right. Like the live, guys. Hi, Mandy. Ooh, Haley has a loaded tea. I want something different. I don't want that, but I want a loaded drink.
Have you tried these?
I have not.
It's basically water. It only has 10 calories and 1 gram of sugar because I'm watching that. And it tastes really good. And I'm trying to give it like, trying to drink something other than like water, but not. So these work. And it has like concentrate in some of them, some of the flavors. Coconut water concentrate is what I'm trying to say. So that's what's really stuff later.
All right. Okay, I forget which one is the second one. Did I say Eli or Ellie or Eli? Or Eli or Ellie?
I think it's Eli or Ellie.
Okay, so that must be Ellie. Ellie Zucaritas in the Discord. Good to know. Hello, hello. Ellie, thank you. Oh, thank you, Maddie. My brain is forgetful. Hi, Alyssa. Lila's Doxy's being silly. Ooh, Mandy signed up for a market on Saturday.
Good luck.
Hey, Josh. Naughty Loops would love a Jack Daniels, but just took a pain med for the neck. Yeah, don't mix those. That's not a good idea. I think I've only drank a Jack Daniels once, and that shit messed me up. I was out for my 22nd birthday. That was a night. That was a whole night. I might not have been out for my 22nd birthday. I might have just been out hanging out with my friends and my mom, who was the bartender. Either way, I went home that night clutching a sand bucket in the car.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I wasn't walking from the car to the house, so I slept out in the car until I could realize where I was at, what was going on. I kind of just looked at my mom and was like, good luck. No beer here. Beer's gross.
If I want something hard, but like that's it. Like, I mean, I guess I like margaritas and stuff, but I don't.
And daiquiris.
Or it has to be like I'm getting drunk and it's
Yeah.
intentional.
Yes. Just to drink, like wine cooler, Smirnoff specifically. Mike's hard sometimes, it depends. Sometimes it's too beer-like for me. But that doesn't do anything. Like, it does nothing. It's like drinking pop. It does nothing for me. So if I'm looking to feel tipsy, I'm drinking the hard stuff. Generally, the hard stuff consists of a double shot of whipped vodka and cranberry juice in the small cup because it gets the job done faster. And then I'll have another one. But that night in question, there were lemon drops involved. There were tequila shots involved. I snagged somebody's Jack and Coke. I don't even know whose it was. I said, I don't know whose this is, but it's mine now. There was a bachelor party there who was buying drinks for us. There was a lot of dancing. I'm pretty sure my ex was actually DJing. And although he was a douchebag and a half, he was a good DJ. So it was a good time. Allie says my favorite drinks are Izzy's, which are carbonated juices. I just got a big pack today, waiting for them to refrigerate before I drink one. I don't know if I would like that. Naughty Loops loves peach flavored wine coolers. I had the new white peach Red Bull on my drive home, I think, from seeing Molly this past weekend, and it was actually really good. That and the cranberry flavored one, those are the only ones that I've ever liked that are flavored. Naughty Loops cannot do straight vodka. That makes her sick. That's fair. I can't do Fruit Loops vodka anymore. That was a rough night. Although Fruit Loops flavored vodka is really good. But the memory attached is awful. There are some people who really like the taste of beer, like just to enjoy it, and I don't understand because it tastes like carbonated pee to me. Like,
Awful. I don't like it. The only time I've ever had like a hangover was I had like 6 of those wine coolers at a time very rapidly. And I think it's the sugar that made me get sick, not the alcohol,
yeah.
because I've had large amounts of apple pie, which was like
Moonshine?
Everclear. Yeah, it was moonshine. Yeah, like 180 proof moonshine, Everclear, and apple pie, and it was I held it down. Yeah, I accidentally pulled my alcohol. I didn't even know it.
Well, I know it's the sugar content that usually gives people hangovers and stuff. Is the sweeter it is, the more likely you're going to have one.
Yeah.
Kathy loves blue raspberry vodka with lemonade. Ooh, that sounds good. Lila, Mandy does still have doxies. Oh, I mean, I feel like we have pretty souls. Thank you. Naughty Loops. I got drunk once and that was it. I had just turned 21. My job had a Christmas party. Mind you, I was only 105 pounds then. I drank 11 wine coolers in 3 hours. I remember walking in the door. You're lucky you didn't get alcohol poisoning. Holy shit. See, now that I've gotten to a point that I know how much I can drink before I start puking, now I don't get drunk anymore. I don't get sick anymore. I'm not into that.
Kyle doesn't drink very often. Like he doesn't even like the good like the stuff that's really fruity and flavorful. So I don't drink very often. It's just not. I don't need it to be have to have fun or anything. So I just
Yeah. I know we'll buy like a six pack of wine coolers or a 12-pack of beer or something to have at the house. Like if he buys himself a pack of beer, he'll get me a little case of wine coolers. Um, and just to drink like pop, it tastes different.
yeah.
Allie
I don't
says
know
I
about
cannot have what?
I was reading a
Oh, Allie says I can't have more than 5 drinks at most a night. I have that issue too, but usually it's because my stomach's so full of fluid that I can't fit any more in there.
I don't know about cat, but I'm gonna make a dachshund after I make this little gorilla. I'm gonna start making dachshunds, but I want to really try this gorilla first. Somebody
Um,
asked.
that
Oh,
gorilla sounds amazing. Right now, I'm working on a tiny dinosaur.
is that the same one as last night?
Yes, I didn't finish it. I've hardly done any crocheting today.
Oh, it's almost done.
Almost, just got to do the head. Um, Naughty Loops. I remember walking in the door, said hi, mom, went to my room to take off my coat. Next thing I know, my mom was holding my head in the bathroom. Nice.
The pattern is by Paul Polsky. How do you say Polsky? Place? It's an Instagram pattern. Or no, it's a Etsy pattern, and it's a bundle of endangered species 9 pack. And there's a
Oh,
gorilla and an elephant
yeah.
and a rhinoceros and a panda and a orangutan that looks the same as the gorilla and such. I'm just making the gorilla.
Yeah,
See if it's
Pogsy's place.
how do you say it?
I think it's Pogsy or Poggies, one or the other.
Paul Poggies? Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Okay.
Poggy's
Yeah.
place. Uh,
There's
Lila,
a bunch of patterns.
I'm sure you're not into the topic of drinking, but the majority of us here are adults, so we are going to talk about it. Yes, I have made a doxy. Hi, Felicia. I don't like wine. Wine's gross.
I could never get behind that. I don't know.
I know I love the yarn color too. I think it's called Daffodilly Silly, if I remember. Oh, that's cool, Lila. You'll have to let us know when you finish your scarf. Felicia says, I freehanded a panda head on a pattern, and I'm not sure how it looks, and the more I stare at it, the more I question it. Post a picture in the Discord, and maybe we can help.
Also, you're your worst critic, so it's fine.
Right? Ooh, Mandy's at Hobby Lobby. Jealous. That's awesome, Lila. I'm glad that she's teaching you the basics first, honestly. I'm really glad. Allie says, my friends and I usually buy fruit wine. It's $5 per bottle and tastes like juice. Great for college students. I bet it is. What, Hobby Lobby's open past 8? Yeah, Naughty Loops, you got to join us. We'd love to have you. Wait, who's open past 8? I'm confused. Well, I mean, today's Wednesday, so I think that they are open until like 9 o'clock. But Mandy is not here. Oh, okay, so they close at 8, but Mandy doesn't live here. Mandy's 3 hours behind us. So it's almost 9 here, so it's almost 6 there. They still got lots of time. Okay. I didn't realize that they closed by 8. I don't shop there all that often anymore. They're just too far away. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a good place to get beads. Naughty Loose can walk to Hobby Lobby. That's stupid.
That'd be dangerous for me.
Right? Like, man. Okay. I need to start this dang head. Sent in the Discord. Okay. I guess I'll look. So this is a panda. I used a pattern, but didn't want to make the head separately, so just decreased and crocheted up. It's my first freehand. So I think it looks really good, Felicia. That looks really good. Hi there. That's really cool, Naughty Loops. I've heard of Raising Cane's, but I have not eaten it.
That panda's adorable, Felicia. Super cute.
Okay. Well, I was just given a warning from Michelle in the Discord that there may be storms heading our way, my way, with tornadoes attached. So when it starts getting gross outside, I will need to start looking at the radar. So if you lose me at any point, that would be why.
We had some storms earlier. I was worried that this might be difficult for me, but hopefully it's okay for you too.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Right.
Allie says that she has Stitches by the Moon. Where's my shirt from? It's cute. I got it on Etsy. Introverted but willing to discuss crochet. I just got it in the mail. And I know that most of my internet friends would think that I'm not introverted, but I'm one of those realistically an extroverted introvert. And I'm a lot more extroverted with all of you guys because you're all crochet people and you get it.
You were super good with the customers, though. I was taking notes.
It's big compartmentalization. I'm a different person at markets. Honestly, like, we talked about it. Like, it totally seems manipulative, but on the other hand, it works. Like, the best way to get somebody's attention if they're not looking at your booth is to, like, yell out a compliment at them.
Yeah.
Hey, I like your shirt. Hey, I like your dress. Oh my God, your shoes are cute. They weren't looking and now they are.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying. I wouldn't say it if I didn't actually like those things. But yeah. But it's little things. Here, let me get into Etsy real quick. And I will put the link. Haley, can you take care of Roger, please? I'm gonna go ahead and find my purchases here, and I will put the link to the shirt in the description. Currently, I got a women's extra large in, I think, dusty blue. It's $16.08 right now before shipping. And the sale goes until July 10th. Edit again. Here,
This is gonna be really cute, I think.
that looks adorable and a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Well, I'm using brunette, unlike what I usually do. You know, I usually go for posh. So I chose to go big, but
Hmm.
decided.
I always expected those patterns to be like this big.
I think if you use Parfait Chunky or posh or something, they would be tiny.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to invest in those patterns because I never got them because I figured they'd be too small.
But I'm using a 6.5 and brunette.
If your sky is ugly yellow, naughty loops, check the radar and make sure you're in a safe spot. Because usually, if the sky is turning weird yellow or green, that's like you got a tornado in the area. So please check your radar.
Yeah, there's a saying about sailors and green skies.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Allie, if you think the amount of trolls that I get in my lives are bad, gosh, there are some that are really, really terrible. You're in the poorhouse until next week. I'm so sorry. Yeah, of course. You're so welcome. I actually have a few more coming. I'll try to make sure that I'm wearing them on my live so you guys get a chance to see. Like I have one that actually I think they're already here. Um I just didn't go to the mailbox today and I asked Chris if he could get them for me. So the ones that just showed up, there's one that says eat, sleep, crochet. And there's another one that says drink coffee, crochet, be happy. And then this one that I have. And I ordered some before too. Like there's one that I've been looking at that says yarnivore on it. And I'm in love. And then I have a friend actually that is going to be making me some more. Let's see. So much chat. Okay, Storm is east of you. Good. I'm glad that you're not weird or mean, Lila.
I got paints to make eyes.
Ooh.
I don't know how to steal them. I don't really want to play with resin right now. I don't know if I should.
Mod Podge.
I have that.
That would be a good way to steal it for now.
I just want to play with it myself just to see what it feels like.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if that drink coffee, crochet, be happy shirt is cheaper on Amazon than the one that I got on Etsy. Whichever, whatever it says. Ooh, you deep cleaned your room. Nice. I need to do that.
Oh my god. It is kind of orange. Our sky's orange. Hold on. Hey, Kyle. Can you look at the radar? Because look at our sky right now. It's good? Okay, rainbow. It's just like bright orange. It's weird.
Interesting. Yep, stay safe, Molly. So if we lose Molly, that would be why too.
We had the storm earlier. I don't know why it's weird, but it's fine. Elena says there's a rainbow. So that's cool.
Good. Felicia says she's waiting for her blanks to come in, but me too. I got resin. Awesome. Haley says, or try nail polish to seal them. Allie says, stay safe. Is that a nail polish kit?
No, it's iridescent acrylic paint.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, this is the only colors. Like the only
Those
way
are
to
good
see.
colors.
Yeah.
I like them.
We'll see. I'm not ready to bust my eyes on here.
Right. Allie asks, is it tornado season? I think so.
Yes, it is.
Lila, if it makes you feel any better, I don't ever make my bed.
Yeah.
Martha says, has it been a crazy troll night? If so, I'm sorry. I hope everyone's having a good night and is safe from the weather. So far, we're safe from the weather. There's been one troll. There was one person that said something weird. Hi, Ghost. Doing good. Should be crocheting. Molly's crocheting.
Molly's crocheting.
Naughty Loops. I've been in it. I had 2 of my dogs. Then we left the house when the sirens went out. My Remington started howling. I bet. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Allie says the person who said they bet you have a nice soul was kind of weird. Sounded like a foot thing. I didn't even think about the way that it was spelled. Yeah, that person was weird, but I didn't feel the need to have to remove it. I just mentioned that that's weird. Thanks, Martha. I put the link for Etsy in the description box below. It's new. You're doing tarot instead of crocheting. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. Oh my goodness. I'm hungry and I don't understand why, and it is annoying. I just ate not too long ago. I think. Yeah, I didn't eat enough.
I'll eat later. Thank you. I made those.
Oh. I'm jealous. I love lasagna.
I never make lasagna. I promised to make it for him for our anniversary / Father's Day, so I owed him.
Well, that's nice. Lasagna is a lot of work.
Yeah, but he actually made the meat sauce earlier this week and he froze it. So he did a lot of the work earlier this week. Now he left it in the fridge for like easy spaghetti. Like when he made spaghetti, he made a lot of spaghetti sauce that you had.
Yeah.
He made a lot of spaghetti sauce. But
well, that's
he was really smart.
I know making lasagna does sound really difficult. I know it's not as bad as it seems, but I don't know. I'm one of those people my favorite lasagnas, the meat sauce has like, green peppers and onions and all that stuff like mixed into it. But I ain't making my own sauce.
Like I said, I actually had Elena cut up those green peppers and onions, and we cooked it in the sauce as it was thawing from the freezer. So it worked out. We're gonna have to do that again because that was like fantastically way more simple. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Now I want some.
sorry.
It's okay. It just sounds really good. Ugh. And if I remember right, Naughty Loops, you lost your sister a while ago. Sounds like you need to make it in her memory. Because you're either going to make it really good or it's going to be and you can laugh because your sister would probably laugh because that's what they do. I think about that every time I try to um I don't try to fry chicken wings because mistakes were made once upon a time and I lit my cousin's kitchen on fire. Um so that's a whole thing. But every time that I air fry wings or bake them to make wings, I think about my cousin and laugh. Hi, Marina. Thank you.
I definitely lit the recipe on fire today. I forgot to turn off the burner, and Elena's like, "Wait, there's smoke." And yeah, we accidentally put the recipe above the burner, and it caught
Oh,
fire.
God.
It's okay, we contained it, but there was that moment of, "Oh, great, yeah, here we go."
Right?
It's great. It's fun.
Today has been one of those days where it's just nothing I can do to wake up. Allie says, my friend and I almost set off the fire alarm for the whole dorm building or during Galentine's because we made some brownies and let them sit for too long. Luckily, we caught it before the alarm went off. Oh boy. Well, and you're lucky too, because the dorms that I was in, we were not allowed to cook anything like that. We weren't allowed to have a coffee pot. We weren't allowed to have a toaster oven. None of it. Anything with a hot plate, we weren't allowed to have. She had a kitchen. Jealous. More like an apartment. Okay. One increase. Almost. Said dorm to be more dramatic. That's great. There was always somebody setting off the damn fire alarm in the dorms because everybody burnt popcorn. It was always burnt popcorn.
Is that
It's
why you
actually
hate it?
more like a house. Sorry, what?
Is that why you hate the smell of popcorn?
Probably. No, I hated popcorn before that. Only housing on campus like that. It had 2 floors, bottom one had a kitchen. That's kind of cool. And they're all connected, share a wall. Martha says, I've never set anything on fire, but have burned myself really bad multiple times. That's bad luck. The last bad burner needed antibiotics and couldn't really use my hand in early 2023. Damn, dude! And now you're out here, the tapestry queen.
Yeah, burn popcorn.
Allie's fine. What?
Somebody said they hate the smell of burnt popcorn. I was like, yeah, that's really awful. I hate the smell of burnt.
I agree. And Allie's finally going to have a kitchen this semester. How fun.
Yay.
Hello?
Did you hear it vibrate?
I did.
It was my alarm.
What is it reminding you to do?
Put the Gauzies to bed, but they're already in bed because the storm.
Oh.
We put them to bed.
Fair.
Oh wait, eyes. Before.
Oh, okay. Naughty Loop says, I used to clean corporate offices when my husband and I went to one of the floors. The whole hallway smelled like burnt popcorn. This lady had it in a trash sitting in the hallway with a note. That sucks. I wish my ear wasn't clogged up. It's so annoying.
They're a little small.
Hi there.
A little small.
Oh, yes. I'm Kat. This is Molly. It's exciting to have a kitchen, but I'll need to learn to cook, which is going to be rough. Or you could just not use the kitchen.
Option.
Naughty Loop says he's so cute.
Cute. Okay. Try bigger eyes.
Hi, Burrito.
I think those are better.
A lot better.
14.
Yes. Everybody say hi to Burrito in the chat. Thank you guys for all the likes. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they're on point tonight.
Right? They all talk to us when we cleaned offices. We get notes, small gifts like leftover cakes. That is so cool. Hi, Kathy. Allie says, issue about cooking or not cooking also is because our dining hall sucks, but it was convenient. And I'll have no excuse to not eat there if I have a kitchen, you know? Super true. Martha says, my favorite cooking basic book is by Joshua Wiseman, an unapologetic cookbook. He has a YouTube channel, and I've learned to love cooking, especially with his guidance. That's cool. Maybe I need to follow that. Gosh, I have a kink in my neck, and every time I move my neck a certain way, it catches a little bit. And it's like, ugh. Tired for my own good. Thank you guys. I see that we've gotten to 20 likes on my end. I know for some of you it might look like 21 now. But I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I've not used an oven for over 3 years now. We only cook with toaster ovens and pressure cooker, both Ninja brand. We also have a toaster oven that we use a lot. It's an air fryer too. We mostly use that unless things are too big for it, and then we'll use the oven. That's how you know you're a hardcore crocheter. What is, Brito? The not using the oven for 3 years? Hi, Lion. Oh, the sore neck, yeah. Oh, my bad. Haley says the goal is 25 likes. We got to 20 real easy, so let's push it and go for 25. I forgot, my bad. Ooh. Allie says, I searched it up, and one recipe is called Tuna Melt Allison's Heart. I love tuna melt, and my name is Allison. Is this a sign, LOL? Yes, it is. That sounds delicious. Martha wants to know if you like pressure cookers. They scare her. Real pressure cookers scare me. An Instapot is less scary, but it's still a pressure cooker.
I have canned food in a real pressure cooker, and while it still like gives me anxiety, there are a couple safety features that I'm like highly aware of now, and I feel better about it. But no, I don't leave the room, and I like put my chair as far as I can in the kitchen, and I crochet and I watch it like a hawk, because like the pressure valve will tell me if there's danger, and I'm not walking away from that. I take it very literally. Like,
right. Heck yeah.
but yeah, it cans food, and then I get to like eat it later, so it is nice.
Naughty Loops makes chicken in the pressure cooker. It steams it so good. I don't have the one that sits on the stovetop. I have the electric one. It does more than pressure cook. It steams, braises, and slow cooks. Yes, the Instapots, love those. Off-brand counts too. Martha's been wanting to get into canning, but pressure cookers scare me so much. I understand. She was kind of an aunt by marriage, and she had a pressure cooker, and it literally blew up in her face because she was trying to can things. So, healthy fear to have.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a healthy respect.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's like horses. You know they're dangerous. You just have to use them correctly to not be in danger.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Thank you, Haley. The lion says, hi all, hope everyone is doing well. Had a few minutes, so thought I'd join. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Martha wants to know which pressure cooker you have, Molly.
I have it's a canner. It's not, I mean, I don't know if we're using this interchangeably or if that's the wrong word, but it's in like an all-American pressure canner something. It's a huge silver pot. It was actually given to us as a housewarming gift from my husband's work, which is pretty cool. And it stayed in the box for like a whole year because I was exactly like like fearful of it. I need to charge my phone.
Yeah.
And...
Real life pressure cookers can be dangerous just because that pressure builds up and up and up, and essentially they can explode. And like there are pictures where, depending on where you have it, there are people who will put it like on the stove and like partially under a cabinet, and that lid will pop off and it will literally bust a hole through your cabinetry. It'll like break down through the top of your stove. But the biggest like it'll do physical damage that way, but it can cause a lot of injuries just because it's so hot, the steam. So yeah, it's a healthy fear.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't walk away from it, and I don't sit really close to it. But I also and it rattles the whole time. So I
Mm-hmm.
will sit in the kitchen for the hour and a half that it takes, or hour and 15 or whatever it takes to um pressurize it, and then I walk away when I turn off the heat, but that's it. Um, yeah,
I'm
I
listening.
have to be in the right mindset to handle it, honestly, mentally. It's a lot. And water canning is good for some things. I think it's is it low acid or high acid foods? One of the two. There's one you can do with water, and then pressure cooking or pressure. The other has to be pressurized. I know that. I just haven't played with a water uh, canner, which is ironic because it's safer, I think.
We don't need to worry about the yarn that's behind me. As long as I'm in my chair, you can't see it.
I'm gonna have to climb under my desk to plug in this.
I know, I just had to get up to go get my charger because my phone was trying to die on me.
Yeah, it has 15%, which is fine for now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have to climb down, so excuse me. Maybe I up just a little bit so nobody. Okay.
Sorry, I'm jiggling my desk a lot right now. You won about $1,000 this week? Dude, that's so cool. Hoping to get new shelves next week. That's awesome. Congratulations.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks, Haley.
Great. We are no longer in danger of battery running out.
Fair. Well, you know what? At least you won that amount and kept that amount. Who cares what you lost? That's not important. Oh, geez. Where do you put the eyeballs here? Yes. Always getting ready for the fair at this point. But right now I have a Pride Festival on Saturday and a night market tomorrow night and the next night. So I'm just trying to crochet what I can. It's not going to be much, but every little bit counts. Thank you. They're kawaii, guys. The yarn is Yarn Bee something. Yarn Bee Soft and Snuggly Daffodilly Silly. I'm double stranding it because it's really thin.
Elena loved the way you printed out your sheet of inventory.
Yeah.
So was it last night or maybe the night before? I forget. We went through our entire inventory and logged it officially.
Oh.
And, that's how I had totals for you that I was telling you about. But and we're gonna print out a sheet too, so we have easy. So I stop forgetting the things that like I just didn't have time to type out, or my memory fails me, or whatever.
Right. So when I make sure to go, once I get all of my inventory set up, I'll walk around and kind of like double check everything. Like, okay, my inventory sheet says I have 10 of this, but I actually only have 7. So I'll cross it out and I'll mark 7 at the start. And then that way it's correct for later. And then I won't worry about keeping track or anything until the end. And it's like, okay, this is how much I have left. So that means that I sold this many, which does well unless here and there you end up with something missing. And it's hard to keep track of something that's missing. So you do your best to keep track with tallies.
Yeah.
But if you just so happen to, get lost in all of it, you at least have the number that you started with during the day and know how much you ended with. So you know how much you should have by the end of the day.
I am making a gorilla. He's almost finished. He just needs a little mouth and to weave in that end. And it's by, let me see if I can say it a little faster, better this way, this time around. Paul Poggy's place. It's on, they're on Etsy. The pattern, they're bundles. So this one has like an elephant and a wombat and a rhino and a panda and an orangutan that looks almost like this, and a crow or a bird that has a red tail or something. Yeah, yeah, I gotta deal with that. So ask your father if you have questions.
Mom is unavailable at this time.
Mom is currently not available. Please go find your father. We know where he's at. He's not lost.
Right?
Yeah, this designer has a gigaton of these little patterns, and I think they use a smaller yarn because this came out like chunky. Like he's like softball hand, like softball sized. He's pretty chunky, but they look smaller in her pattern. Their patterns. I don't know if it's a female or not, but and they're super cute. I just wanted to try it bigger because I usually go for smaller with like Crochet or Posh.
Thank you. I'm not finishing anything right now. I'm just saying. Work on stuffing things and like sewing the head on and stuff tonight once Chris gets home. I'm just going to focus on the crocheting aspect right now. These last few days, I've been so unmotivated. Like, realistically, it's just so overstimulated. The kids have been driving me nuts.
I feel that.
Hi, Maria.
Hey, Maria. I think his eyes look a little sadder, like his little eyebrows to make him look a little.
No, I like his expression.
His eyes look like they might be a little bit lower than the pattern, so if they were a little bit higher, the eyebrows would look a little more like neutral. But it's fine. He's cute.
I think it's adorable. And it'll be just like the market of why is he so sad? Why is he so mad? They're sad or mad because they don't have homes.
Right?
And every time like I say that, they're like, I see what you did there. Okay, I'll buy it. I found it easier for me if I'm making a bunch of the same thing. I would get all of the base ones done and do the final ones all at once. That way I'm in a rhythm. Same. And that's my normal. That's normally how I crochet. But because I'm prepping. Ooh, thanks, Maria. I don't know. Ooh, maybe a dragon. Maybe a dragon. Um, that's got my brain twirling now. Anyways, okay. So because I'm double stranding this yarn and I'm trying to use up the whole skein, I don't like to make duplicates when I'm doing like the rainbow stuff. So that way it's much more like on theme. So that I will have, one rainbow loaf cat, one rainbow dino. Like it just makes it a lot more interesting to buyers.
Yeah.
So like there will be a group of rainbow things essentially, but it was really fun at the event this past weekend because the amount of people who came in and they're like, "Oh my god, it's a gay frog! Oh my god, it's a gray dinosaur! Oh my god, it's a gay axolotl!" And, like, because they weren't all in one place, they were like all of the axolotls were together, all the turtles were together, all the this were together, and so they would look around and they'd just see all the rainbow stuff sticking out, and like, "Oh my gosh!" It was great.
Uh-oh, she froze.
Hi, Froze.
There you go. You're back.
I'm
Hi,
back.
you're back.
Okay. Well, I think you got the gist of what I was saying. A lot of oh my gods. A lot of gay animals. Well, I'm really excited, Maria, for that big twist plush rainbow. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but I'm thinking maybe a dragon.
You should try the Celestial Home Buddies dragon. It's really fast. It works up really fast. The ones that I had, um, that we put with yours,
Oh,
your little
yeah.
dragons.
So I'm gonna do Diddy Dex. I like the pattern for Diddy Dex. I like the way that he looks a lot, but I've modified it so that way it's extremely low so where like I am familiar with the pattern that you're talking about. I just kind of like some of the details on Diddy a little bit more.
Mhm.
I love the fact that her pattern, I'm pretty sure, is no sew or very low sew already. But I don't know. Diddy's just so cute.
They
Bye,
were really cute.
Lion. Thanks for hanging out with us. That's exactly right. It's a good way to get people to look around.
Okay, he's
Well,
finished.
Martha,
What do you think, Beth?
oh my gosh. I need to make him.
You do.
I need to make him. Ugh.
I wonder if I should have made his arms a little longer.
Nope, he's given gorilla.
He looks a little sad.
It's okay. They'll buy him. His sad face will get him home faster.
It's in my hand. That's cute. I like that pattern. Oh, let's see.
Martha said I crochet so many parts of a pattern. Now I'm to the point where I need to sew them together and it sucks. Yeah.
I get in that rut, and I dislike that rut, so I sometimes don't do it that way for that. So should I make the rhino, the panda, or should I start making dachshunds like I was going to? Because there's a
I think
rhino.
you should do the rhino because not the last, but the northern rhinos are officially functionally extinct.
Oh,
The northern white rhinos.
it's a gray rhino. I don't know if it's white or not.
I mean, you could make it white. It's still gray, but it's like an ashy gray. Yeah, I saw that. From what I was reading, there are, there's a handful of them left. However, the last breeding male passed, and all of the females that they have are past breeding age, like they're not able to anymore. So before the male had passed, they were able to like create some embryos that they plan on putting in other rhinos, but they're just not sure if it's going to work. Alyssa wants to do a wiener dog pattern.
I can show you the pattern. Well, I can tell you about the pattern that I'm going to use.
It's
Leslie.
really cute.
Leslie.
Did you sold what? 3 of them this weekend?
I have only 2 left, and I started with a lot more.
I don't know how many we got to fit in that basket.
All of them?
So was there like 5 or 6 or 7?
I don't remember because I didn't have my log done first.
Okay.
Where is it?
I know she sold a lot of them this weekend, and I feel like we had them bumped up to 20.
We might have, but I had all the tags on them at 12. So they sold like hotcakes at 12, of course.
Right.
But I think the last one we tried to sell at 20. I don't know. I don't know if they saw the price. Like I didn't want to, ninja them to a higher price or anything weird.
Mm-hmm.
I see the pattern, but I don't see the designer's name, which is unfortunate because that's. Yeah, where's the designer?
There's also the hot dog pup from Crochet Customs. It's cute and it's low sell. The little wiener dog part, it's just like a little loaf wiener. And it you crochet a circle that you sew on kind of wrapped around.
Oh, I also started one of those little. I think you had the German Shepherd version, but I started one of those little dogs that you had. I haven't finished it. It's in Posh, so it's
That
and then I put
one,
a nose on black.
I think that one is Jenny Loopy Doo.
Yeah.
So I made 3 of those before, and like there was a black mystical one, and a cream speckled one, and like a golden colored one. But the German Shepherd that I had, it's a different pattern. It's by Shirka Toys. But I need to make more of those dogs because I made 3 of them and I sold 3 of them for $30 a piece.
The German Shepherd or this one?
No, the lab that you're holding. Like it's a lab type. It could be a poodle, it could be a retriever, whatever.
It has a bobble stitch at the end of this ear, which threw me off at first, but it's super cute. It's super tiny.
It works.
Let me see. So the dachshund pattern that I'm following is by Elegant Purely on Etsy. Elegant Purely Crochet.
Mm-hmm.
They also have some cute fruit snails, and they have the same dachshund, but it's a slinky, and that looks like something I would try someday. Not yet, but it's a slinky. Like I think you would put a slinky inside the spiral or at least wire.
Mm-hmm.
I might make the dachshund because I have the rainbow stuff right here.
Do it. Maria sent me 5 small and 5 medium little doggies, little wiener dogs, I bet. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. What's up, Lila? What's funny? You got some dog bead charms? That's cool. You so gotta make the loaf animals. People love them. Like, granted, I modified the ears a little bit on this, and I don't know if I will like it the way that I did, because I did something different the last time, and I liked it better. But anyways, like, this little loaf cat is not gonna last long. Yeah, I remember, Maria. All right, question is, what do I make now? A Doxy card for your Doxy's birthday, and it's gonna say, "Go Shorty, it's your birthday." That's cute. The storm's hitting your area now, Kathy. Hey, Erin. We're crocheting things. I just
get this in Bernat though. So he's gonna be big.
this is basically what I've done. I didn't do the whole thing. This was between last night and today.
That's adorable.
A tiny little baby. Kathy, I know that we're not very far apart from each other, but can you give me an idea of like where you are so that I know kind of where I am in relation to said storm?
Kat, where's your if you could generalize your location, where's it at? Like roughly.
Yeah, I mean like Pittsburgh area, Erie area,
Oh, Pittsburgh?
farther west, farther east.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a link on Facebook real quick if you can you access it right now?
Probably.
Okay. It's important. It's not anything yet, but it's coming. A big
Hey,
wave.
don't forget to like the live, people. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to follow Molly's YouTube channel as well.
Actually, it kind of dissipated. You might not be getting if you're in like Pittsburgh area,
I mean, I'm in line with Pittsburgh.
you're in line with because it looks like it's coming for you and then it dissipates. So by the time it hits Youngstown, Ohio, it's like just a green wave. And then it disappears completely by the time it would have like hit Pittsburgh, like that line. Yeah. I don't think you have much to worry about actually, unless you're up really hot, unless you're up really far in the north. Those by the lake, they have some more storms, like red
Okay.
spots and orange spots. I think you're okay.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not even. It won't even load for me.
Oh.
That's fun.
It doesn't look like you're gonna get much, unless you're like northern. Okay.
I'm kind of midway. I'm gonna figure it out though.
Kyle is my weather guy. Like he does a fantastic job of like keeping an eye on like big weather. Well, you saw it.
Mhm.
He had Elena send a message to us at the Yellow Springs show.
Yeah, I've definitely learned. Trust Kyle. Kyle was right.
Not all the time, but he tries to be.
He was that day. Oh, how super fun. Okay. We're gonna get nailed like 11:30. When does the green start? Nothing, nothing, nothing. 11 o'clock. Red at 11:30. Green and yellow. Until 1 in the morning. Okay. So we should be good here for a while.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh. Okay. Haley's making Pokeballs for her Pokemon. Your friend sent you something weird? Mm. What kind of weird? Aaron made more dragons today, but now just chilling. Mandy says, lie live, one standard fatty that's red, one half doxy, half rat terrier that's red and black and tan. Your other black and tan had to go over the rainbow. Oh. Huh. Yeah, well, just tell her to stop. That's the best you can do. I don't know what to make, guys. I have a million patterns and I don't know what to make in rainbow.
Did you make axolotl?
I did.
Booty frogs?
I did. I have one of each. I have one octo, one Bronto, one loaf cat, one booty frog, and one axolotl.
You could make a mushroom with the cap as a rainbow.
My issue is that I don't actually have yarn that matches this, size wise. I thought about doing a rainbow duck, Haley, but I have this white, but it's still not the same. It's not the right size for the bill. A capybara. A capybara would look weird in rainbow. You wouldn't recognize it. Do a loaf dog. It wouldn't be. So the dogs are heavily dependent on the color changes. So that wouldn't work. Yeah.
You could make something with
A T-Rex. Bumblebee. A rabbit.
you can make the itty bitty bunnies or itty bitty bunny pattern.
I think it'd be too small.
Leggy frogs.
Maybe.
Hippo. You can make one of those hippos that I had.
This is hard.
It is hard.
I'm indecisive.
Stingrays.
Me too, Molly. No, me too, Mandy. Sorry. All the M names, they keep getting me.
I'm looking
Well, at
for
least
my.
we get to hang out on lives.
Let's see.
Mm. And then the other problem is that my polyfill is actually out in the van.
Oh no.
So I don't really want to go out there. Thanks, Brito. A snake. I have a different idea for a snake. Last year, I double stranded the pale rainbow version of this with black and white. Doing dragons requires me to go get my polyfill out of the car. I'm limited here, guys. I'm limited. These are all amazing, wonderful ideas, but it's wet out there. I could probably do a T-Rex.
Do a spider.
I could do a spider. That actually isn't a bad idea. I keep forgetting about my spider. I could do a spider. Yes. Especially, like, everybody seemed to like my strawberry spiders.
Yes, it was very cute.
So I know jellyfish, octos, and squids are all great ideas. I thought about a baby kitty too, but I'm, like, at the very end of this yarn, so I have to choose just one more thing, and it be the right size. But I think I'm gonna do the spider. I am going to make another loaf cat, because once I finish this, I'm gonna use this yarn.
Oh, that's pretty. I have some of that too. I don't remember. I probably did. I made a couple
I
snakes at first.
I didn't realize that I had any of it. Haley was talking about, like, she was making spiders out of it, and I was talking about, like, I would stop at Hobby Lobby and grab this on my way home, but it's Sunday and they're not open.
Don't you love it when you can go shopping in your own stash?
Yes. And Mandy bought a ton of pony beads so it can make sensory crochet toys. That's fun.
It's a great idea.
A pastel gummy bear. I have a handful of gummy bears in my stash of, like, inventory, and people just are not as attracted to them. I wish. It's also great to shop in your stash, Brito. Right? Pastel gummy bear. Yeah. Uh, I probably won't do a pastel gummy bear just because the gummy bears don't seem to do very well. I would rather put my time into something that I know sells.
These are like gonna be a lot bigger than my posh dachshunds. Like this is his booty.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is turning out so small.
Alright. I have to do the rainbow backwards though. So I need to write this off so I don't mess it up.
Thank you, Erin. Okay. Get nice and clean. You're back. Forgot you had some Rocky Road ice cream. I'm jealous.
Me too.
Okay, so my bestsellers, Allie, are Tiny Turtles, Tiny Chickens, Leggy Froggies, Mini Loaf Cats. I have a list. Hang on. I actually have a video out about it, but no, not that.
My capybaras do really well too.
Yeah. Oh, Allie's seen my video. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, axolotls, spiders, possums, mushy boys, triceratops, mallards, loaf chickens in general, snakes, jellyfish, mystery boxes, pandas. I don't know. When I do my gummy bears, they turn out like this big in Sweet Snuggles light yarn. So I don't know if they're just not getting enough detail. But my gummy bears don't sell very well. You should wear your Doxy PJs. I sell them for $10. They're the same size as my other tiny things, and they go, my best sellers are my tiny chickens and tiny turtles, and the gummy bear is the exact same size. So I sell them for the same price. Oh no. Okay. Hang on one second. Thanks, Robert. All right. I don't know if it's showing up or not. Um, Aaron, I went ahead and looked to see like what you had removed. And although I understand why you did it, Lila's really sweet. She met me at a market. She's only 10. So we're not gonna hide her on the channel. She's a good kid. But that being said, Lila, try not to send the same message like over and over again. Because it spams the chat.
Aaron's drunk on power. What?
The what?
I said Aaron's drunk on power. What?
It's like removed. Leave. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's really hot in my house, so I need airflow, or I will just kill over and die. So.
Oh, for sure.
I hope you can't hear the fan. Usually,
I
you guys
can't.
can't.
Yeah, most people sell their small things for way too little, realistically. I don't have anything for sale under $10.
And the little things sold well, even on a rainy day. So.
Mm-hmm. It's not really a fun pattern to make. A lot of bobble stitches. I can attest that little box fan, it's a good fan. I was just sitting in front of it myself the other night. Yeah, just deleting the double message totally works. Oh, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, I don't understand how anything can be $5 either. Like, I actually bought a tiny, actually, it's right here. Wait, crap. No, it's not. It's it's on my fanny pack. I bought a teeny tiny crocheted frog, that is on a keychain, and I'm pretty sure it's done with like acrylic yarn, maybe cotton yarn, and they sold the keychain for $5. I'm like, I'm absolutely gonna buy it for $5 because I sure as hell ain't making it for $5. Like, what? With your formula, it's a little less than $6, but I think it makes sense to just sell them for 8. Yeah, because so the formula that we do, that is the base price. But we are a business at the end of the day. You have to mark up the base price in order to cover business expenses in the long run. Like, there is an overhead cost to what we do, whether it's buying yarn or, maybe you wouldn't need a printer for anything other than your business. Maybe you wouldn't need to buy a new laptop or an iPad if it weren't for your business. Maybe you wouldn't need this or that. Like, so it calculates to a good point, or that is a good point. It calculates to 561, but obviously not going to expect someone to pay that exact amount, right? That would be silly. But so like I use Crochet with Bays formula, So you find out the exact amount of yarn, the exact amount of polyfill, and then I have it broken down to it's 25 cents per minute, which ends it's like that's what, $15 an hour. Um, because there are so many things that don't take an hour to make. They take 17 minutes, 16 minutes, whatever. So that'll get you your absolute bottom dollar that pays you for your time and your materials, but that gives you nothing to go back into your business. So you got to mark it up. Businesses actually tell you to mark it up at least 35% to cover overhead. And that does not account for any kind of, rainy day fund or anything like that.
I was just teasing Erin. I just thought it was funny. I'm sorry. That wasn't
No,
very.
no, you're fine. You're good, Erin. Honestly. I know. Haley, when I read that, like, my brain is reading it like, we get it, Erin. Like, so blunt and definitely kind of mean. I'm like, damn, Haley, you're in a mood. I'm so glad that it was just lack of fluff. That's so funny. But I do the same thing. Like, I'll text somebody like that, and then like, damn, Cat, quit being a bitch. Like, I wasn't. I just didn't add a million laughing faces and LOLs and ha-has. Like, my gosh. People don't always understand why the prices are made too. Best way I had to explain to my mom was this. You go to Macy's and buy Tommy Hilfiger sweater for 100. We won't pay 100 for a sweater made by one person. Correct. Go by vibes when pricing. LOL. Okay, what formula do you recommend? Um, so the formula that I recommend is Crochet with Phase, and that is your cost of materials plus your hourly wage times the minutes that you're doing it, plus 35% of that, essentially. Roughly. And you do it to a specific number for a period of time until now, like, you have a gist of it. So I've done that. Like, a lot of people assume that I don't do a pricing formula based on time. However, my formula does include that. It's just easier also to do. I do $10 per 3 inches tall on most things because it equates to very close to the same price. And it's a lot easier for customers to understand the pricing of something based on size. I told her buying Tommy Hilfiger is paying for name brand. Right. And you can buy the same damn sweater somewhere else without the name on it, and it's a quarter of the price. Allie said, I saw someone say they add a complexity fee for if something has sewing color changes. Seems very interesting. I do that too, actually. So I don't do it as much for plushies because it's so easy to color change in plushies. You can just hide the ends inside. But when you're working on like bandanas or crop tops or any kind of wearable or blankets, it's not easy to color change and just hide your ends. There's a bunch of color, or there's a lot of weaving in ends, there's a lot of cut and ties. You got to sew a backing on, whatever. So the $10 for 3 inches tall for me is for plushies, but then for like anything else, it's cost of materials at full retail value. So now it's cost of materials, similar to crochet with bay, where you're weighing per ounce or yard or whatever, times that skein of yarn at full price. So if you're only using 25% of the skein, your cost of material is 25% of a $13 ball of skein. And then you would multiply that times 3 as your base number. I don't like that formula much because it's usually too low. But then you get into things that are a bit more complex, like graph work, tapestries, or granny squares. Granny squares are easy, but sewing them all together is a big pain in the ass, right? So for graph work or granny squares, I do cost of materials times 4. And then if you do graph work as in tapestry squares that you are sewing together like granny squares, now you're in cost of materials times 5. So it sort of evens itself out. It's not an exact science, but the gist is that you're making sure that you're getting paid what it's the value. You know, you're charging your prices based on if it takes more work, charge more money. If you're using more yarn, charge more money. Like stuff like that. Charge what it's worth. And remember that if you're selling your items, whether you want to think of it this way or not, you have a business. And your business will not be sustainable if you're not putting money back into the business. So you have to mark up. You cannot not make money to put back into it. So, oh, Maria, I already know. I do. Like, the dragons that you send me, the small ones I sell for 30 a piece, and the big ones I sell for 50. Unless it's a Crochet by Jenna one, and then it's 60 because it's a lot more detailed and like fatter. The flowers, like all those bendy stem flowers, I sell those for 15 a piece. And all of the like potted roses, I sell those for 25 a piece. I'm down to 5, by the way. So if the dolls that you're sending me are the same size as the doll that you let me have, I mean, that one was done in Posh, and I'm pretty sure I would put 35 on it. But it depends because I haven't put it up with my other stuff. Oh, okay. Of course the thing's gonna be silly. Hi, Kylie. Martha goes by size except for sewing complexity. Truth.
I've reached a problem with my dachshund. I just now put on the legs on the front,
Mm-hmm.
and had to go 2 rows in my red where I only went 1 row for the rest. And I don't really want to decrease it into like the brown again to close off the body.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's gonna have like 3 rows of red and then do the rest of rainbow. I think that's gonna be weird.
So why couldn't you take that extra row of red out and switch to the brown? Why do you not want to do that?
Because like the chest of the dachshund would be brown, but if it was in a sweater, it would be covered with the color. It's not that big of a deal. Am I overthinking it?
Yes. It's adorable. I'm thinking about the little doxies that you had, and it was like, what, the row before the front legs, and it stopped right before the back legs, I thought.
Row before the front legs? Like
Like above the shoulder, in a sense. Or was it just the belly? I don't know. I would have to dig into my phone to find the picture. LPS is Kylie, Allie. Okay. Erin said, I do the same, Martha. For instance, the dragons I've been making are going to be up in price because of the amount of sewing I have to do with it. Kat did save me, though, with the no-sew mods. You are so welcome, Erin. Let me know if it's actually helping. Like, is it worth it to do it that way? Naughty Loops, I've researched the items that I want to make and sell, compared prices, and meet in prices. I do not want competition, but I go around the cost that many charge. That's true. The big thing to think about, though, is like you don't need to compete with anybody but yourself. If you're going into the mindset of you are pricing things in order to compete with other people, then usually you're going to undercharge and undervalue yourself to have lower prices than other people. And that is how you create a negative name for yourself in the crochet community, if I'm being completely honest. A lot of people who crochet a lot and sell a lot, when they go to markets with other crocheters and they see the boost that they're selling something for half the price that they do, that's what puts a bad name in people's mouths, or a bad feeling in people's minds, because it's like, well, they're just selling their stuff for less so that way they make a sale. Like, they're intentionally trying to make sales over me. Like, it's not fair. And it doesn't have to be fair, it's business, whatever. But you want to consider the fact of, like, are you here to compete with other people, or are you here to do something that you love and make money doing it and enjoy it, and also maybe make friends in your own local community? Because you're more likely to do that if you're not purposely charging less than them. I don't have that problem because I purposely charge more than them, because usually their prices are too low. And I just try to educate people, like, you need to charge more. You're worth more. Some people don't like that, though, but that's okay. I'm not doing anything wrong by telling somebody that they're valued at more than they think they are. I feel like that's not being rude. I feel like that's trying to build somebody up, personally. Martha says, okay, for my tapestry, I've been doing the cost of materials ×5, plus extra for color changing or larger grids. Love that, Martha. I think Molly. Hello? Molly, come back? I saw her frozen for a while. I don't know. Well, good night, Molly. If you happen to, come back and watch this, I don't know what happened. Martha, that pricing is great, though. That's really great. Maria says, there's some that are the same, but I also sent you bigger ones. Ooh, I'm excited. Uh-oh. I know, I didn't even see Molly show the wiener dog. Like, I saw it pop up on my other screen, but not this one, because I was reading the chat. It is super cute. Oh, okay. Molly says apparently her phone was not charging, so her phone has died. But she says she'll be back in like 3 minutes, so fingers crossed. Oh yeah, that's actually a really good idea, Allie. It'd be cool if we could add notes. Like, okay, LPS is Kylie, Naughty Loops is Angie or Angel, so on and so forth. Erin says, it is. I'm picky about where my legs are going through, so I sew the legs on. but everything else helped save me so much time. Well, good. I'm so glad. Naughty Loop says the cardigan prices from 125 to 185. Picked 125 without the hood and 150 with the hood. That's not a bad price at all. Oh. Be safe, Alyssa. I saw a message pop up, but I don't think I saw all of it. You know, Angie, it depends. So I make extra large cardigans and sweaters, and I'll put them in my booth. But they're tester calls. I make them in my size. That way I can wear them if I want to, and then I will sell them eventually. If I do them custom, I charge the right price for them. Sometimes they're $75, sometimes they're $200. It just depends on the yarn, depends on the size. But generally, I'll do like custom materials at full retail price times like 4 for cardigans, um, just to kind of keep it simple. But the ones that I sell out of my booth, I generally will sell at an even 100, just because I don't have enough of them in there to get people to understand the price. They think they can just grab a handmade sweater off the rack for $75 and call it a day, and that's just not the case. Is anybody else having sound issues with me? I know Alyssa is dealing with some weather in her area right now. I know that I have some weather coming into my area, but okay. It might be because my phone is plugged in so that it doesn't die. Okay. Can you guys understand me well enough? What do I have to do with my microphone? It says I'm muted, but I don't know what to do. Okay. As long as you guys can understand me well enough, just let me know. If it gets too bad, I'll probably just have to hop off because of the weather. And we have been on here for 2 hours. Okay. Aaron says I want to charge more than that, more than what I have been doing, but I have to do what I want the price to be, and then take $5 off. And that is usually the price people pay for my stuff. It's annoying. But I just compromise to get the sale, and we'll bump up the price if it is doing good. I hear you, Aaron. Sometimes, yeah, Allie, I am monetized now. Oh, he's back. Hello, Polly. There she is.
We have some technical difficulties when charging.
Okay. So apparently I'm having sound issues, so
You sound perfect to me, but when I had you on microphone to tell you this, it did sound very pixelated.
weird. Very strange. Okay, well, sometimes doing what you can to make your setup look a little more fancy and high end can do enough to kind of, I hate to say it this way, but like trick the customer into believing that your stuff is worth more. And sometimes that can get you a higher price for things. That's one of the reasons why my booth is kind of that boutique vibe. Is once I really went hog wild on my display in general. So like I have the A-frame sign put out on the ground. I have the 1x6 banner that goes on the front of my canopy. And then I have a 2x3 banner that goes on the back wall of my canopy as well. And it's like up at face level. And I put the back wall on. So signage in itself did a lot alone to get the sales at the prices that I wanted. Sorry, heartburn at the moment. Oh, great! But then, like, adding in, like, I put colored curtains on my back wall and colored curtains in the corner. Crap.
You want to pick that? Because you're lagging on my end.
I can hear you, but I can see you're glitching. I don't know if restarting it is going to do any good because it seems like it's weather related. I don't know, guys. I think it's probably better off. Sounds like Chip and Dale. Like high pitched. Great. Okay, fine. How about this? Well, no, I understand. Here, you know how I can figure this out? Testing, 1, 2, 3. I hear exactly what you're saying. Or like what you mean. I think it's the weather. I think that's where our issue is.
Is it me too, or just you? Is my sound bad too?
No, you're glitchy too. Okay, I'm gonna get through the comments real quick, just kind of answer anything that I can, and then I think we're gonna hop off. But first, I'm gonna mute myself on my computer. Your little weenie dog is super cute. That's okay. He's cute nonetheless.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's so much sound issues. Oh, is it getting better? Starting to clear up? Okay. I guess you just have to threaten it a little.
Just threaten it. Tell it you're
right. Well, I mean, you're still like visually breaking up a lot to me, but I can hear you just fine. Yay! All right, I guess we'll hang out a little longer. Let me know if it starts getting bad again. Hi, Miss Maggie.
Maggie wants to say hi. Just
Hi, you still have spaghetti face.
She has muddy feet.
Oh.
Muddy feet. That's just her face. Her face is always stained a little in it.
Well, I mean, she could have lasagna face now.
She could, actually. You're not wrong. It doesn't smell like lasagna face, though.
That's good. Molly's husband, Kyle, made us spaghetti the other night while I was there. And it's not often that you meet somebody who actually lets their dogs eat off their plate anymore. So when I was all done, I had asked if it was okay to share. And so Maggie got to lick the sauce off my plate that was left over. And because she's like a little Shih Tzu mix of some sort, she's got the long beard. And she immediately bends down, and her beard and her ears goes right in the spaghetti sauce. And she comes up, and she's the happiest dog in the world. But she's just covered in spaghetti sauce. And then she wanted to give everyone the kisses.
Please don't touch us.
Right? It's like, no, go back.
She's a Shih Doodle. She's a poodle mixed with a Shih Tzu. She's my Shih Doodle. I think they call it a Shih Doodle or something, but I call her a Shih Doodle because it makes fun of her.
I would definitely be saying doodle shit because that sounds funnier. But yeah, I think you're right. They call it a sheepoo.
Yeah. Somebody offered me $1,000 for her at a gas station. I was like, no.
Right.
I'm sorry.
You're not allowed to have a purebred mutt. Thank you.
I was like, I'm sorry. That's my dog.
So this being said, since there are 13 of us, 1,000 is offensive. I don't know how much those dogs sell for. But since there's 13 of us in here, just so you guys are aware, I did create a Patreon. It is, the link is in my description on my channel. If anyone is interested in joining, it is inclusive to everyone. It is a paid prescription or subscription. So there is tier 1 is there's a free tier. There's a general support tier, which is just essentially like buying me a cup of coffee once a month. Then there is the real tier 1, which it's $5 a month. You get Patreon exclusive information. You get access to the Discord where we can talk and chat about anything. And we're going to do a scheduled once a month Zoom, or maybe not Zoom, but like Discord chat. So that way we can video chat and just sit and craft and hang out from wherever we're from. And then there's also a mystery stitch marker of the month club and or a mystery sewing stick of the month club. So those are just a bunch of options in case you're interested in all of those things. But I wanted to, let you guys know about that because it's new and we're working on it, and we do have some members already, and I'm kind of excited. So I know Erin and Maria are my first Patreon members officially, and so thank you for that. I appreciate it. I was very excited to see that come through. I'm not too surprised because you two are so amazing, but I'm what?
I was not hearing you very well.
Oh, great. But thank you. That's the point, is thank you. I appreciate you. If anybody wants to join, it's everybody's welcome. And we just want to have a nice space and be able to do things include more people. So, yeah.
It sounds wonderful.
Thanks. I appreciate it. But I just wanted to throw it out there. I thought about setting it up as like the YouTube members because like the YouTube membership, you can set it up to have like exclusive emojis and stuff. Which I thought that would be super fun, like in the lives. But then I'm like, no, that just seems like a lot of work. So here we are. Count you in. Sweet, Kathy. Let me know. I heard something vibrate, but I don't.
It was me. I just joined.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I don't know.
I probably anyway. I don't know. Could be something else.
Yeah, Aaron saw it and immediately was like, hell yeah, people to crochet with again. I know. I don't know what I would do. I would miss it. Like, I've literally put $15 less in gas in my tank to make sure that I could pay for this. So, yes, we can totally do that, Maria. Okay, Kathy, where do you sign up? So, let me find the thing. Linktree. I feel like this should be it. Try that. Thank you. Yeah, that would be cool. We can totally go over inventory in there. That's okay, Mandy. No worries. It's not like I'm not going to see you online. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, Kathy, try that link that I just posted and see if that works. Haley, yeah. I did see the text come through, but I'm going to wait to respond.
I just went to Patreon and typed in Cat's Crafty Crochet Corner and found it.
Yay! You can't click on it. Worth a try. I will put it in the description box and see if that will work after as well. But Kathy, Molly just said that she went to Patreon and she just typed in, my business name and it popped up. Another disgusting yarn barf mess.
Oh no.
I just love how double stranding yarn leaves you with a big gob of this and then a tiny little amount in the other skein. It's never equal.
I'm about to put eyeballs on my dachshund.
Woohoo!
I forgot I have ears to put on too.
Oh.
Not the fastest pattern, but still cute.
Yeah. Well, there were so many people like, oh, if you just had wiener dogs. Well, we do have wiener dogs. Look at this. They're like, oh my god. Right? Thanks, Naughty Loops.
I should have priced them better.
Should have what?
Priced them closer to what you wanted.
We just forgot about the tags. I thought about it and I'm like, well, I don't want it to be weird. Like, we're already here, we're sitting down, we're just kind of relaxing at this point. I'm okay with just relaxing.
Yeah, it was so hot.
Yeah, very hot, very humid. Like, that's definitely one of the downsides about being so close to each other in booth spaces like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we would have been closer had we had tables and stuff, so I really appreciated your setup.
Thank you. Yes, we would have totally been closer. But, like, I mean, the walls of the
Yeah.
tents, because, like, the guy on the side had a wall up, and we need a wall on the back wall, just so that way you're not seeing the booth behind us.
Yeah.
But, like, and we had the side open, but it just wasn't enough, and the front wasn't enough. So there was just no airflow.
Yeah. And even with that, I think we should have put up the sidewalls in hindsight.
Yeah. Usually I do.
Yeah, it's
I usually put up the walls if I know that there's a chance of rain, but I had forgot to look, which was my problem.
yeah, it just is what it is. But
Yeah.
like hindsight, I will probably put up sidewalls in my future booths just because, and then we
Right.
can like uh at least where it's not super tight like that, we can like roll them up.
Yes. So
Oh,
that's what I do.
look what I
'Cause
got.
oh, you got it.
The Velcro
There-
stuff that you
I
have.
don't know exactly how your walls go on, but mine have that Velcro strip, right?
Yeah.
So mine will be Velcro that whole way, and I won't Velcro it to the legs, but I'll roll it up, and then I'll tuck it between the canopy top and the frame.
Okay.
And like there's a Velcro strap kind of in the center of the canopy top. Um, and I'll use that. Like I will put the long strap between the Velcro strips, so it's on the outside, and then the short strap it'll just hang. So when you roll it up, you'll be able to wrap that long strap around and have that middle supported, and then the ends it's literally just tension fit between the canopy top and the frame of the tent. So that way
They
when it does start to rain, you just reach up and you drop that Velcro and you pull it down and you're done.
they had it so tight though. I don't know if we would have been able to reach it. Like between the grid
We would
wall
have.
and the neighbors.
So that's why I do everything while the tent is still low. So I would do that with the walls before putting the tent up. Um, and then once it's up, then I put the grid walls on. Because once the grid walls are on, then they're in the way. Then you have to go from the outside. But if you do the walls first and like roll it up and tuck it, then you put it up, then you put the grid walls on.
But I mean,
It's
like
not in the way.
in the event of like rain, after the grid walls and everything are up, would we have had enough room to pull it down?
Mm-hmm. I've done it before.
Okay.
Oh, that would be cool, Maria. I don't actually watch her channel, so
I watch her channel. I like her.
I hear about her all the time.
She's
That
really
would be
sweet.
cool though.
And then sometimes she throws jokes out like that's what he said, and I crack up because I don't expect it. It's really
Right.
cute. It's really funny.
Good night, Erin. Thanks for
Erin,
hanging out. That would be great, Maria. Oh my gosh, my heartburn's killing. Weird.
yeah, that's weird. Here's my dachshund. Meet the nose. It's gonna be cute. The nose, guys.
Aw. Yeah, because like all of your light colored ones sold.
It's gonna be cute.
Oh, I see it, Maria. Do have a question though. What does body double mean? I see it in Refined Vibes, but don't know what it means. So body doubling is something very beneficial, usually to neurodiverse people, where if I'm struggling to get started on doing something, like you know what you have to do, you need to do it, but you physically just cannot make yourself get up and do it. It's executive dysfunction is what it boils down to. But a lot of times, if you have somebody else in the room with you, then it's easier for you to get started doing something and to get things done. So, like, a lot of people will have body doubles to clean. Like, I don't want you to come to my house to clean my house for me. I just need you to come to my house. So, it's kind of like a mental peer pressure, realistically, of like, you're at my house. Now I'm expected to. I have to get this done. You're watching me. You're judging me. I have to do this. And it doesn't sound very positive, but it's just a very good way for diverse people to get things done.
It works though.
It does. Do you have anything to expand on that?
It works via video too. It
Yeah.
works just, like they don't have to actively even be paying attention. They can be like just their presence in itself is a huge motivator just to do what you're doing, and I don't know why, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
There's an ADHD channel called How to ADHD. She's phenomenal at explaining things, and she's the one that introduced me to body doubling.
Yes. True. Yeah, it's not just a neurodiverse thing. But Allie, are you sure? I don't mean it to be a bad thing, but you very much seem like one of us.
Oh, no.
Mostly I ask because I notice when you get a train of thought, I do the same thing, like totally word vomit every thought as fast as you possibly can. And that is something I relate to so much. And I'm like, are you sure? You could just be undiagnosed.
I found out via peer review, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah, I mean, I have gone through the diagnosis process and I was not diagnosed. They decided to throw a certain kind of depression at me, but I'm not depressed. So the best part about it is, as females alone, you're less likely to be diagnosed just because we present differently.
What? Hey! Shush.
But on top of that, anybody who has gone through some form of trauma has an exceptionally well training of how to mask. Yeah, exactly. Like, I can also mask like a mother trucker. So when you are trained from the time that you are walking and talking that as a female you have to behave and talk and act a certain type of way, and then you go through any type of abuse situation, you are much more, now like for me, I went through SA as a kid, but also watched a lot of just physical abuse on my mom and my brother. So it was pretty much ingrained in my head. If nobody had to tell me, but it was very much like, you have to be perfect or you will be next. That breaks it down as much as I possibly can be. So that was my way of thinking, was I had to behave a certain way or I was going to get that type of abuse as well. So, yeah. Not Haley over here calling me out. So it could very easily be that you're just undiagnosed. I've I'm not diagnosed either, but I've been told by the group essentially that I'm peer reviewed. So they're like, I don't see how they don't see it. It's like, because they haven't spent enough time with me.
I am diagnosed as ADHD, but and I used to I take meds for it when I don't have other conditions preventing me from taking meds on it. I had peer reviews explain to me that it's not just the ADHD, that there is autism there, and the more I dug into it and learned, like I cry at the drop of a hat, but it's actually just my poor ability to cope sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's it all makes sense now.
I know.
I'm okay with
Archer's therapist that he sees through school, she's not allowed to diagnose me because I'm not her patient, right? But she has told me that if you ever want to get diagnosed, come see me because I'm seeing a lot of ADHD and autistic tendencies there. I'm like, oh, thanks. She's like, I don't know if I would say that you are autistic, but I definitely am seeing signs of it. So I'm like, great, thank you. Thank you so much. So I would say unofficially diagnosed by my son's therapist, but whichever. It's a good time. Just join the club. If you're part of the Discord, chances are you're diverse. Just saying.
So I had a friend of mine's an ABA specialist, and so she works with all sorts of people who are neurodivergent, specifically autistic. And she's like, yeah, your whole family is. And I went through all these like emotions of no, she's just, she sees it all the time. That's just what she sees. And then it slowly accumulated to, that and that too, that's autism too. Like it kept coming. And then I brought it up to my doctor, and well, my new doctor, my old doctor was retiring, and she didn't tell me. Well, I said I wanted to go to therapy, but I didn't want to be told that like I wasn't autistic, because I've kind of like accepted it, and I feel like I am. And she goes, I don't think they would tell you you're not autistic. I think that's as far as she can go to tell me that I'm autistic. But she was like, I don't think they would tell you that. And I was like, wait, what did you just say? It was funny.
I remember this conversation. Like, you were so floored. Like, wait a minute. Like, are you telling me that I seem autistic? It's okay if I get diagnosed that way, but is it okay to be told that you seem that way? I don't know. I don't know how to feel right now. It was great.
It was fun. So like, wait a minute, what did you just say? Did you?
Oh man. Mandy, I know how you feel. I have had PTSD as a child due to like the abuse that I went through, and it sucks. But now exploring more into the into the realm of ADHD, I'm realizing that my issues with failure are much more on point with rejection sensitivity disorder. So the way that people say certain things definitely hit me really hard, even if I don't show it. Um, I'm also like really, really good at pattern recognition. So if you begin acting out of the normal for some reason or another, like I pick up on that, I notice it, and it's like a glaring red sign in my face. Um, and sometimes the rejection is RSD is what it breaks down to. It convinces me that no matter what it is, it's my fault. That I failed, that it's my fault, it's something I did, that they don't like me, they don't want to be around me, they don't want to talk to me, that I'm too much. Like every bit of negative feedback that I've ever gotten in my life never goes away.
I feel that.
Miley, welcome back. It's a fun time though. So great. But I also self-sabotage a lot. If I if I'm if I really think that I'm going to get rejected in some way or another, then I just won't try. Yeah. I'm glad we're all in this together, guys. I'm not glad, but it's nice to know that there are others that feel the same. Yeah, naughty loops, that's probably the RSD talking. Yeah, so fun facts. When I start talking about like dreams and stuff that I'm having in the Discord, um, that are super stress dreams, and like generally my subconscious is talking to me. So if anybody remembers, like I definitely pointed out, like, hey, I just dreamt, and I've been dreaming that like I'm upsetting people and people are leaving when I enter the chat, and things are changing, and I just want to make sure that I'm okay. And then I ended up getting like kicked out of the Discord, and it was a whole thing. Like that was my subconscious talking to me.
I had a dream about you last night.
You did? Good
Yeah.
night, Haley.
What?
I said
Oh,
good night, Haley.
good night, Haley. So what I'm about to say, but keep in mind it was very casual. There was a line of people that were like our friends, and you were walking up and down them like a military style general, but like I said, casual, right? Like you were like patting people and like being nice to them, but you were walking up and down, and that's all I got. And I was like, and we were like all there for you. Like it was weird, but yeah, and I was like, I woke up and I was like, what did that mean? It was funny. It was very casual. It was not like commander, like you weren't being bossy or anything. You were being very friendly, but like we were all standing in a line, like we were being, I don't know.
What, like judged on your friendship ability?
No, I didn't feel judged. It was
Well, I mean
just,
that's a good thing, right?
it was like I don't know. Maybe it was like you had like a retreat or something. But it I don't know.
Maybe.
Game or something. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. All I know is that you were in my dream.
Well, if you get any more, you just let me know. I love you too, Martha. I'm happy to have you guys. Really. Well, Kathy, I feel you. I understand. And I know at least one of my boys are ADHD, but I'm very suspicious that the other one is too.
Yeah, I started to think about it and like how hard it is sometimes to handle my ADHD or autistic children. And I'm thinking if I had bad coping, like really bad coping skills, like my mother's coping skills, imagine how I would handle that, except I don't have to because she handled it that way. So my autistic little self when I was, a child and unregulated or whatever, and then her unregulated mental state as well, it led to abuse. Now, is it right? Absolutely not. But that's that explains it. I don't have her in my life. She's not part of my life, but like
Yeah.
that gave me a little bit of like, I don't know. Oh, that's what happened. Oh,
Yeah.
that's how you can be that cruel to your kid. Like, oh, oh.
Well, Kylie, if you think that you do, it might be worth asking your family doctor the next time you go, because it's a lot easier to get diagnosed as a kid than it is once you turn 18. I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's easier. Kathy, my best advice when it comes to being shy in markets is fake it till you make it. If I'm being completely honest, like, there was such a long, long time that I was the same way. I was so shy and I felt like I had to explain my prices every time I told somebody, or I would lower my prices because somebody, kind of gave me a look. And like I just didn't do very well. And I would set up my booth in a way to hide behind it. And it was a subconscious thing. Like, it's not like I was intentionally hiding behind my table, but that's exactly what I was doing. And come to find out later, like, I eventually got to the point of like, I need to come out from behind the table. I need people to see me as not another mannequin head on my table. I need to stand firm in my prices because enough people had told me essentially, like, stop changing your prices because of other people telling you to. Like, they're not paying you what it's worth. And it took other people convincing me of it. And it was so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable to just talk to random strangers multiple days in a row. You're exhausted. Like, it's a whole thing. And eventually, like, I don't know about you guys, but particularly, I'm really good at compartmentalization. So I can essentially, it's not that I'm a different person, but it's like an alter ego of sorts of like these people don't know me. So I can be whoever I want to be. I can pretend to be super confident and bubbly and, outgoing and all of that. And they're going to believe it. And then eventually, like, doing that for so long, I did eventually kind of come out to be that way because I was pretending to be somebody that I was. I just didn't feel comfortable being that way. So I don't necessarily feel comfortable being like that in any situation other than at markets or in a way that is related to crochet somehow. Because there's nothing in my life, nothing about myself that I'm more confident about than crochet. And that's not me like trying to come across as braggy or anything like that, but it's the only thing that I feel like I'm good at. It's the only thing that I've got 20 years of practice doing. Like, I don't know what else there would be. So I like, I'm not But there are days where I like to try to convince myself, like, you are the expert here. And when it comes to selling your patterns, selling your product, um, YouTube, whatever, like, people are here to be a patron of yours. They're coming to you and looking at you. And if you're not confident in the prices that you set, they're not going to be confident in the prices that you set. And if you're not confident enough to show that, like, this is my booth, this is my work, then they're not going to believe you that you're not just another retail seller. They're not going to believe that you're somebody worth investing in a lot of times. So it really comes down to fake it till you make it. And eventually, like, how you present yourself will feel normal and it will benefit you in a positive way. Feels a lot like public speaking, but not to a crowd. That shit still scares the hell out of me. Sorry, I was on my little soapbox there. My bad.
No, you're fine. I like to
Martha was
focus on the crochet. Like I can become more confident with a stranger about my crochet because it's what I know. So
mhm. Well, and rabbits.
and rabbits.
You start
That's
talking to
a
somebody
bag of
about
worms.
rabbits and you light up and you're thrilled to have a conversation.
Yup. I kind of nerded out on rabbits and learned all the breeds and stuff. I'm
Martha said I was crocheting at the pool and felt this lady staring at me. Immediately, I thought she was judging me. However, an hour later, she came to me and was complimenting me. That's so nice. Well, and of course, you're like the hot mom at the pool, too. So, not judging you. And if they are judging you, it's because they can't do something equally productive and cool while sitting at the pool. Self sabotage and criticism are my downfall. So true. Same, same, same. I just joke about it so it seems less sad. Oh, I make a lot of self deprecating jokes. It's hard, Kathy. I know it's hard to get to a point of accepting it. I don't do well accepting compliments on my crochet work. Compliments are not my jam.
I'm gonna make the nose and then I'm going to put the head on the body. And then
Woo!
this dog is done.
Woo! Angel, your husband is 100% right. You need to be you, not anyone else. Hey, hey, hey. Kathy, Maria wants to know if you have Instagram. I know that you do because you just sent me a message, but I can't remember what it is. I know. I'm this far into my spider, though.
It's really cute. That's gonna be adorable. Somebody's gonna scoot that up.
I hope so. Thanks, Martha. I figure if nothing else, I can make people laugh, right? So I like jumping spiders too until they're a surprise spider, and then I don't like that very much. Um, like when I went to get my oil changed on Monday, and I'm sitting in the little office waiting for my car. The next thing I know, I felt a little tickle on my thigh. And I looked down, and I kid you not, there was a jumping spider the size of my thumbnail, like bigger than actually. Um, which is just too big for me. The only big spider that I'm okay with are daddy long legs. They don't scare me. Um, but I really did not like that spider playing on my leg. So I felt bad because like I saw it and I kind of panicked, so I flicked it off and it went flying across the room. And then I'm sitting there like it's on the floor and it's like not moving, so then I feel sad and I feel like I might have killed it. So then I had to go over and kind of like poke at it to make sure that it wasn't dead. I'm sorry. It was okay. It wasn't dead. He just went for a ride, okay? He scared me. I could have squished it. I didn't.
So, we were in my car and we had just like I just gotten out of the car and there was a little jumping spider that I'd seen as I was parking and I contained myself because I do not love bugs, but I contained myself because I was driving. My kids are in the car and their safety. So I get out of the car and my 13-year-old goes to flick it first. And then she like changes her plans mid like after she flicked it and was like, "No, I'm going to be friends with you." But she'd already pissed it off. So it bit her. This little tiny spider grabbed a hold of the tip of her finger and held on. She said it stung for like at least an hour after because it bit her and I was like, you chose violence first. That's what
That
happened.
happened to Archer.
You chose violence first. It was probably she's like, I didn't think they bit. I was like, I don't think they normally do, but you chose violence. And then you came back and offered friendship and it was like, I remember.
The same thing happened to Archer just like last week. Was um he found a little spider on the like in the yard and he picked it up and he was playing with it. Good night, Martha. Um and he was playing with it and next thing you know he starts screaming bloody murder. He's like, "It just bit me." It's like, "What?" It's like, "The spider just bit me." And literally he come over and he showed me two little holes in the top of his finger. And he's like, "That hurts so bad." It's like, "Well, leave him alone." Kylie says, "I don't like loud noise and I move my hands up and down and I spin around. And like if someone is with me, I will not mean to sometimes. I will go somewhere you can't see me." Yeah, I would say that those are probably some tendencies. Um Loud not liking loud noises is generally auditory sensory disorder, which is can be a sign. It's not always correlated. Um I don't know what you mean by the up and down unless you mean like hand flapping. Yeah, or I don't know if that's considered it also, but um which if you do hand flapping of some sort, then that's a sign. Spinning around is a sensory seeking behavior, that's a sign. Um but if you're with a person and you are intentionally trying to hide from that person, like that would be an out of pocket response. Like, because if I'm not mistaken, you're like, you should be going into probably seventh grade or so. If you're who I think you are. But that would be an out of pocket response for someone your age, which could also be a sign. So it just depends. Like, I would definitely mention those things to like your pediatrician, your family doctor, whoever it is that you see.
It's done.
Oh, my spider's also done. That little weenie dog is so cute.
I need to go get dinner because it's like actually really late and I
Yes.
still take my blood sugar after. So
Well, and this is about when we get off, anyways. So here's my little spider.
it's so cute.
He turned out much smaller than the other ones do. But if you wouldn't mind kind of awkwardly pausing with your little weenie dog, I will go back and I will do a screenshot and I will make a thumbnail. All right, so ready, set. Okay.
My
Not
phone
me.
went to time mode, so it went black and white for me. It was like,
Oh.
oh no.
Well, I saw it on my end, so I'll be able to go back and do it. But yeah. So we did this little spider and we finished the head. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off for good, Mandy, just because Chris is gonna be home here any minute.
I did this too.
Yeah, I finished these. I know there's a lot of ends here, but it'll be cute. But I gotta probably start putting eyes and stuffing and things.
Is this like a $20 gorilla? Like he's fist size.
Probably. How big is he? Well, you don't really have handy your other dachshunds.
Yeah, this one's bigger too. I don't have anything to compare except I have a $15 loaf cat. There's a loaf cat. Hold on. I guess he's the size of a loaf cat, but he does do more
Maybe
detail.
18?
18?
Yeah.
Yeah, the butt
It won't
frogs,
work.
the food frogs did 18 pretty well. And
Yeah.
then my dachshund compared to the kitty cat.
Yeah. The dachshund would probably be closer, like the 20. Maybe 22, depending on how big it is compared to the other doxies.
I was gonna say you had 20 on my other dachshunds that were in Posh, and this is Bernat, so
Yeah.
maybe
I don't know. When you get your inventory out, I guess at some point, like line things up based on size that I would have seen in person, and that will help me. So, either way, good night, guys. If you haven't, like the live, please.
My page, if you my YouTube channel, if you will, please.
Yes.
I'd appreciate it a lot.
Definitely subscribe to Molly's channel. She also has lots of Yarny content. It looks like she has gained 3 subscribers on YouTube.
Thank you.
Which is good, but I know that we could have done better, guys. We've done better on others, so let me guilt trip you into following and subscribing to Molly's channel. Definitely check out my link tree. If my link tree is in the description on my channel, and at the top is now my Patreon link. If you're interested in joining my Patreon, there are multiple tiers, including a free option. So come hang out, come find me. I might also go live tomorrow night, impromptu, because I have a night market tomorrow night. I have a night market Friday night, and I have a Pride Festival on Saturday. So come hang out while I do all of those videos. Bye, guys. Good night, Molly.
Good night.